Okay, can you tell us like where you're from in Hawaii?
From Waimea, Big Island.
What high school did you go to?
Actually, we went up over here, Oahu. I went to Kamehameha schools.
Oh, okay. So what when you were growing up on the Big Island, like what were people's attitudes towards Pidgin and like Pidgin speakers?
Um, I wouldn't say there was necessarily where I grew up, like any like an attitude towards it, because it's I feel like it's just something we grew up with. So it's kind of the norm. Yeah. So it's just people don't really. It's kind of like a yeah. It's just part of our life. So like people don't really think about it. Like as Pidgin as being anything more than what we are. It's just part of us. Yeah. So it's yeah.
Do you think there should be more emphasis like placed on Pidgin in like the local like education systems as a language?
I think it would be interesting to see where that would go. I don't know where that would go, but being that it's already part of our culture here, I feel like people that are born and raised here in Hawaii, I think it'll be interesting to see where that would go as far as if they decided to incorporate that into like an educational system, because I know they actually made it it's an official language now. Yeah.
Census, yeah.
So being that it's actually like legit now, like it'd be interesting to see what they can do.
Okay. Okay. And so what? So you're from the Big Island originally, right? So like, what's the difference between like Big Island Pidgin and like Pidgin on Oahu, or like even like different places on the Big Island or different places on Oahu?
Okay, so that's interesting because I think Pidgin it depends on where you grow up and kind of how you're raised. I could say when I was going to school in high school, I was a boarder. I was living in a dorm, so I was dorming with for 6 years a lot of people from Kauai, Molokai, Maui, Lanai, and stuff and other Big Island people. And then we went to school with people from Oahu. And so there's a big difference. I feel like Pidgin comes out more in the outer islands communities, as well as even on Oahu. I feel like West Side. I have a really good friend of mine that actually lives in Waimea, and he probably speaks more Pidgin than me, in Waimea. So I think for the most part, it from the outer island you hear it a lot more. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. My last question is, so what do you think like the future holds for Pidgin? Like, do you think it's endangered of like dying out, or do you think like it's healthy and it'll prosper? What do you think will happen to Pidgin like in the future?
Yeah, I feel like for some reason I feel like just more development and emphasis on like more modern lifestyles. People that grow up in that lifestyle tend to they're like slowly getting away from speaking Pidgin, and it's just like any language. If your parents don't speak it, most likely your kids won't speak it. So as far as the future of it, for me, I feel like it's kind of up in the air. I hopefully when I have kids, they'll just pick it up from me. That's the funny thing about Pidgin. It's not necessarily a language that we necessarily teach. It's just something that we grew up with.
Right, okay.
So I can't say what it will be, but I hope it'll still be around in the future. Yeah.
Shoots.